There is something you should know.
What?
There's something I just found out. All of us just found out.
You're one of a kind, Peter Weber, and you set the bar sky high for the show's future bachelors. Hannah Brown seriously messed up when she didn't give you that rose, but she may or may not get a chance to make it up to you. The contestants of season 24 are lucky to have you as their bachelor, but the same can't be said about some of the previous season's contestants. Some of these ladies competed to win the hearts of the most despicable bachelors in TV history. Pilot Pete might be a stand-up guy, but some of his fellow bachelors put a stain on the Bachelor name. Some were despicable, some were pompous, and some were downright boring. But there's one bachelor who was so over the top, fans have chosen to forget he ever appeared on the show.
May this be the beginning of the greatest love story we've ever seen. Yeah. So, cheers to all you.
Let's kick things off with Juan Pablo, who is one of the most disliked bachelors of all time. Juan was a contestant on the 9th season of The Bachelorette, but he was eventually chosen to be the Bachelor of season 18. It didn't take long for both fans and contestants to realize that Juan Pablo wasn't exactly husband material.
I would never want my children having a father like you.
Okay.
For one, he wasn't very supportive and he was constantly rude to the contestants. Granted, Juan Pablo did make for a very entertaining season. He was unpredictable, and some of his reactions were laughable. Claire Crawley was the runner-up of season 18, and she was smitten by Juan Pablo up until he eliminated her in the season finale. Problem was, Juan Pablo made it seem like Claire was the girl of his dreams. Claire refused to hug him at the rose ceremony, and when she left, Juan Pablo remarked that he was glad he didn't pick her, even though he had previously confessed his love for her. But worst of all, Juan Pablo was less than romantic when he gave Nikki his final rose. He returned her "I love you" with an "I like you a lot" and failed to propose to her. And let's not forget about all the homophobic comments Juan Pablo made throughout his run on the show. This despicable bachelor eventually found love off camera with Venezuelan model and TV host Osmariel Villalobos.
Whew, I'm glad they didn't pick her.
Arie Dyke Jr. first made waves as the runner-up on season 8 of The Bachelorette. Then he made a comeback on the 22nd season of The Bachelor, and things got real messy real quick. The race car driver from the Netherlands would fall in love with not one, but two of his contestants, making for a very interesting season finale. Arie would go on to marry runner-up Lauren Burnham in 2019, but not before seriously messing with her head. During the season finale, Arie proposed to Becca Kufrin, telling her that his love for her was unmeasurable. He also stated that he chose her and would choose her every day from here on out.
My love for you is unmeasurable.
But that was all a lie, or at least a short-lived lunacy, because shortly after the season finale, Arie broke up with Becca while on camera telling her that he wanted to get back with Lauren. But to make matters worse, it was revealed that Arie had already contacted Lauren behind Becca's back to make sure that she would give him another chance. It all turned out for the best, as Arie and Lauren are now married and have a little family of their own. But still, Arie turned out looking like the bad guy.
Emily, meh, everything's gone, meh. I knew that, blah, when I did say, ugh.
One of the worst bachelors to ever appear on The Bachelor is hands down Brad Womack. The entrepreneur also happens to be the only bachelor to ever appear on 2 seasons of the show. Women competed for his final rose on seasons 11 and 15, and he outraged the nation when he refused to propose to either one of his finalists in season 11. He snubbed both Deanna Pappas and Jenny Croft during the season finale, but it wasn't his choice to remain a bachelor that made him despicable, but rather how he chose to go by it. He promised Deanna that the final rose ceremony would be a good day for her, but it was later revealed that he had been leading her on for no good reason. Fans were quick to call Brad a jerk, and he even admitted to having made a very, very bad decision. But it wouldn't be the last time Brad treated his contestants in an unthoughtful manner. At the end of season 15, Brad proposed to Emily Maynard. However, the couple quickly called it quits, and Emily later revealed that Brad had broken up with her by CCing her in an email that he'd sent to the show's producers. Ouch. We first met Jake Pavelka in season 5 of The Bachelorette. He seemed like the real deal. So after being eliminated in week 6, Jake was chosen to be the Bachelor of season 14. ABC executives had high hopes for Jake, the handsome pilot from Dallas, Texas. Jake claimed to be a nice guy, but quickly showed his true colors. He stunned the Bachelor fans everywhere by choosing to propose to Vienna Girardi in the season finale. This came as a surprise, as it was known that Vienna was the mean girl of season 14. The couple called off their engagement in June of 2010, and soon after, Vienna and Jake made headlines for all the wrong reasons. Vienna went as far as to say that Jake was emotionally abusive toward her, but Vienna's accusations became fact when the former couple sat down with Chris Harrison to clear the air. Jake lost it on camera when Vienna interrupted him, proving that he could out-mean the mean girl.
If I don't know you, then
Please stop interrupting me. The thing is...
Lowe started as a contestant on season 8 of The Bachelorette, and he quickly became a fan favorite. So when he was eliminated in week 9, ABC didn't hesitate to invite him to be the Bachelor of season 17. Now, don't get us wrong, Sean isn't the worst Bachelor to ever appear on the show, but we wouldn't go as far as to call him the best one either. After all, Sean was sort of a jerk. On more than one occasion, he shamed women for their outfits and constantly trash-talked his contestants on Twitter. Like that time he bashed one of his contestants for wearing a bra on the show. It quickly became clear that Sean had some very backward views. He would go on to give Catherine Guiducci his final rose, and the two would get married in 2014. While Catherine found her soulmate in Sean Lowe, other contestants were happy to have been sent home. When it comes to Sean, viewers either hate him or love him. There's no in between.
Here's to enjoying the day together.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna be honest with him. I'm not gonna lie to him.
If you're a sucker for reality TV shows like The Bachelor, hit that subscribe button. Here at The Things, we post daily videos about your favorite movies, TV shows, and celebrities. So click that bell to stay in the loop. If you're watching on your mobile or tablet, go into your YouTube settings and turn on those notifications. Now let's get back to the video. Oh, Benjamin Higgins, you fooled viewers into thinking you were the perfect guy. But it didn't take long for fans to realize that it was all an act. The software salesman from Warsaw, Indiana, first made waves as a contestant on season 11 of The Bachelorette. He was sent home in week 8, but would resurface in 2016 when he was named the Bachelor of season 20. But Ben's popularity took a dive when he began to express a holier-than-thou attitude. So what makes Ben so despicable? Well, for starters, he wasn't always genuine, and he quickly comes off as calculated. Ben would go on to propose to Lauren Bushnell during the season finale, but he complicated things by telling both Lauren and runner-up JoJo that he was in love with them. In the end, viewers aren't too fond of Ben because he's a crowd pleaser with a hidden agenda. We mean, come on, he even tried to launch a political career right after appearing on the show. But that's against The Bachelor's rules, so his political run was short-lived.
Oh, there'll be hugs all the way around, man.
Yeah.
I promise you that.
Wow. Give her our best and have a great night, okay?
We're taking a trip down memory lane to bring you one of the most dishonest bachelors of all time. Bob Guiney first appeared on season 1 of The Bachelorette and would later become the chosen bachelor of season 4. However, it was clear that Bob wasn't a hopeless romantic. Despite choosing to be with Estella Gardinier, in the season finale, he never proposed to her, and they soon broke up after the season finale aired on TV. In the end, Bob just didn't take the show seriously, making him one of the least liked bachelors of the series.
I have come to the realization that I'm going to take my time on the dating scene for a little while.
Like most of ABC's bachelors, Nick Viall made his grand debut on The Bachelorette before being announced as the next bachelor. Nick was the runner-up of season 10, but Andy Dorfman chose Josh Murray over him. Nick would become the bachelor of season 21, and while he wasn't all that bad, viewers quickly got tired of seeing his face flash across the screen. He had a very dry and sarcastic sense of humor, which often landed him in the hot seat with some of his contestants. While viewers don't have much reason to hate him, he received way too much exposure and was deemed annoying by some die-hard Bachelor fans. But while Nick has always respected the women on the show, he has proven himself to be a little petty and condescending. Nick would go on to propose to Vanessa Grimaldi at the end of season 21, but his heart clearly wasn't in it. So no one was surprised when the couple called off their engagement months after the season finale aired on TV.
But I want it to be real, and I want it to be right. And right now I just feel like terrified that's not gonna happen.
Jason Mesnick was the man of the hour in season 13 of The Bachelor, but before appearing on the show, he was a contestant on season 4 of The Bachelorette. Just like Nick Viall, Jason was the season's runner-up, so ABC figured that he deserved another chance at true love. The account executive from Cleveland, Ohio, was a super nice guy who treated the women on the show with respect. Jason gave his final rose to Melissa Rycroft, but he quickly regretted his decision as he was in love with the runner-up, Molly Mullaney. Jason broke things off with Melissa in front of the camera, but the breakup was mutual, and yet Jason still managed to shock and embarrass Melissa. What Melissa didn't know, however, was that Jason still loved Molly. He surprised her with that one. Not cool, Jason. Not cool.
I am absolutely in love with 2 women.
Alex Michel was the first Bachelor to ever make waves on ABC, but in retrospect, he's probably the worst. While he was smart and kind, Alex ogled the women on the show, making viewers more than a little uncomfortable. Alex would go on to give his final rose to Amanda Marsh, an event planner from Kansas. Alex and Amanda dated for about a year before calling it quits, but he never proposed to her. The general consensus is that Alex was a little creepy. Some Redditors would even go as far as to call him a slimeball, and for that reason, Bachelor fans chose to forget all about his run on the show. And that's a wrap on the 10 most despicable Bachelors in Bachelor history. Before you go, tell us who your top 3 favorite and top 3 least favorite Bachelors are in the comment section below. Give this video a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more. We'll see you next time on The Things. Thanks for watching.